Good people, great people. Welcome back to whatever the fuck this is. It is golden hour. Prepare for the golden shot. No, don't say that. This is Marston with Mark 120. Woo! Yay! Yay! Yep. Yay! Hey, it's good to see your face. Hey, can't even see my face. Anyway, this is about astrology. This is about life. This is about love. I know you see this big ass rose quartz on my chest, looking like a medieval flail. So, in the interest of this being my show, aka this my shit, I figured I would just yap. Not like I haven't been yapping for the last 120 weeks straight, consistently. Excuse me. This time you may notice the quality might be a little different. We're in a weird transition space right now, guys. I'm telling you. This is a video podcast. I think I need to do a little bit of updating on my production before I transition this into like an audio podcast. But beyond that, we're still gonna have a beautiful Libra week, and I'm gonna tell you what I see about the astrology. And I will say, man, before I get into the numbers and the facts, the nuts and the bolts, he said nut. I think I'm gonna just tell you guys, weird shit is happening right now on the planet. And weird is relative. I don't know what that means to you, but I feel like there's a shift going on. Like, we are really going through some changes. And maybe it's Pluto in Aquarius. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's Maybelline. Maybe it's me. Maybe it has nothing to do with the world. Maybe it's the big ass Chungus necklace I've been wearing. Libra. Libra. Let me see my Libra stand up, man. If you're a Libra, let me know down below. Celebrating Libra right now. So hey, I did this on Zoom today. I don't want to know if you guys know. Shout out to Zoom. But Zoom lets you annotate. So that's basically the reason I wanted to do it with this one today. Is I wanted to draw. I wanted to basically get a little artistic. And this helps me point to the chart. Oh, I hope my Discord notifications aren't going off in the background. Well, they are. I just hope you guys can't hear them. Me announcing this is something else. But anyway, welcome to the week. This is September 30 until October 6th. Is that the 5th? 7th. I'm bugging. What bug would you guys be if you were a bug? I think if I was a bug, I would be a praying mantis, like a giant praying mantis. Not even just a regular praying mantis. I'd be a huge, like bigger than a bro. Imagine a praying mantis bigger than a fucking human. What would you do if you woke up? If you woke up and there was a praying mantis on the foot of your bed, but it was bigger than like Mr. Olympia, because that's the bug I would be. Bruh, those are freaky ass bugs. I'm telling you. Okay. Anyway, let's get back to the astrology. I kind of like being unhinged, man, because I don't know. Let me tell you guys, I'm having a hold on. I think this is called an existential crisis. And maybe I'm being dramatic. Maybe it's not that serious. But I was thinking it's like, damn, maybe I want my podcast to be more structured. So it becomes easier to follow along with. Bro, you look, you see my hands, bro? Look at that. I'm telling you, I wasn't even thinking about doing that, just my nature. Freaky ass bug. I was like, yeah, damn, dude. They said he got a spirit animal, and that shit is a praying mantis. Or maybe it's a fucking horse, because I got a big dick and eat a lot of apples. Hello. That's fucked up. No, it's not. It's funny. You gotta learn how to be funny, man. Okay, but anyway, I'm just saying I'm having fun today. I gotta feel something today, man. I gotta feel something today, man, or I might crash out. I got the sun square to my Mars. We want to talk about me on a Mars day, or we want to talk about the universe? Let me not be so fucking selfish. Let's make this quality for the world. Anyway, Let me know down below, man. It's like I gotta ask for help. Do you guys want me to make, because I'm shooting for 25 minutes, trying to have some parameters to the videos. Like, do you want me to, what do y'all want, man? That's what I need to ask. What do you guys want? What do you want from me? Tell me down in the comments below. I've been doing this for over 2 years and I love it. I don't think I'm ever gonna stop. I imagine having a big, long, wispy, not wispy, but like a thick, full, meaty beard, girthy, like Merlin, you know what I'm saying? When I'm like 28, no, I'm playing, I'm kidding. I'm 27 right now. When I'm like maybe 82, long ass life. I got a Saturn in the eighth. I'm gonna live forever, ever, ever, ever. When I'm old as fuck, I'm gonna be like Merlin, and I'm gonna be on episode like do the math, be like thousands of episodes down the line. Anyway, they'll probably get sillier as the time goes by, but I'd like to know, what are you guys trying to see? Anyway, I'm gonna jump back into the chart. So of course, it's September 30 to October 7th. Off to a great start. So I'm gonna run the degrees, tell you what I see. Oh, to the way. Fire family. Stay lit, stay positive as we start the week. And I'm thinking maybe pink would be good for Libra energy. Yeah, yeah. Let's put it in a diamond. Pink diamond is what I'm feeling. Beautiful stuff. You got the sun right there. Right there. Guys, look at it. In Libra. Oh, you ever had a staring contest with the sun? Don't do that. They say it's a bad idea. Fucking looking at you, bitch. And it's at eight. I can't see the chart anymore. Oh, Lord. It says 8 degrees of Libra. Is that what I'm seeing? I'm seeing a freaky ass spider bug. Okay, and the moon is waxing. See, that's probably why they say don't look at it. It's so hard to see my screen right now. 18 degrees of Capricorn. Hello. You've got Mercury at 21 degrees of Libra. What's going on with Venus? Freaky ass Venus. Mama, come here. Where are you running? Why are you running? 14 degrees of Virgo? Holy shit, guys. Hello. You got Mars at 5 degrees of Scorpio. Hello. You've got Jupiter at 22 degrees of Cancer. Hello. Saturn is retrograde at 27 degrees of Pisces. Hello. I got my Jupiter at 27 Pisces, y'all. And man, that feels weird. Just telling you the truth, it just feels weird. And we've got Uranus at 1 degree of Gemini, also retrograde. Hello. We've got Neptune retrograde at 0 degrees of Aries. Hello. And then Pluto is retrograde at 1 degree of Aquarius. Hello. So look, that's today. That's the moment as I'm filming this. So look at the chart or listen with your ears, and I will tell you 1 week from now, October 7th. Hello. We've got our sun moving to 14 Libra. Libra. I heard somebody say if they're a Libra, just leave, bruh. I said, oh shit. We were talking about Libra in class the other day in the mystery school. And my teacher's a Libra, and she was like, you ever met any Libras? Do you guys know any Libras? And I was like, no, I've never met a person in my entire life. What the hell are you talking about? Anyway, we'll have the moon. Oh, are you shitting me? Is this, am I, are my eyes deceiving me, Fire Family? No, they're not. Oh my goodness. The moon's going to be about 26 degrees of Aries at the end of the week. And you know what that means? I'll tell you what that means. We got a full moon in the sign of Aries. Hello. And we'll also have Mercury changing signs. 1 degree of Scorpio is where we end out this week next Tuesday. Hello. Is this thing on? We'll have Venus at 22 Virgo. Hello. Mars, freaky ass Mars at 10 degrees of Scorpio. Let's go. Hello. Jupiter moves up to 23. Saturn is still at 27. Uranus still at 1. Neptune still at 1. Pluto still at 1. Let me tell you guys, also the north node of the moon is at 16 Pisces. Dreams really do come true. Hello. Okay, let's run it back. Let's run it back, guys. I want to give you guys a good glimpse of the solar system this week. So, from the big picture perspective, we're going through fall. A lot of us are going through fall, I will say, in the southern hemisphere. This is going to reflect springtime. We just had our equinox. It's a seasonal change, man. Enjoy the change. All right. Because we're going through a whole new season. Scorpio, Leo, wrong twice. Libra, Scorpio, Sag. Oh, yeah. That's the back end of the wheel. For real, for real. So we got to make like a tree and leaf, fire family. Got to learn how to let go. Libra's an air sign. And I think in the spirit of air, we would do well to breathe, to focus on how we breathe and breathing with intention. Okay. Because I will say, I'm not seeing too many aspects with the sun right now, besides the fact that it is in Libra and that we are having Venus kind of coloring this time with the desire to connect and to experience love and to find peace, to find balance. That's what I'm seeing. Is it's all about peace, fire family. That we learn to relate a little bit better. To find balance, you kind of have to think, where am I going into extremes? And should I cut back somewhere? Hey, let me tell you one thing I see as far as the fundamentals, guys. As we start the week with Mercury at 21 Libra, squaring Jupiter at 22 Cancer, I think the beginning of this week kind of has a very fast energy. And it's worth me saying twice, hey, man, remember to breathe. The journey of a million miles begins with that single step. And we knew this, but sometimes when you're like halfway up the mountain or you're climbing down one of those hills, everything happens so freaking fast, man. And it's not as easy as they say to enjoy the journey, be present. I'm not gonna say it's not easy to have joy. I kind of take that part back, but I'm just saying where we start right now with with Mercury and Jupiter making a square, the lesson seems to be there's so much to see, so much to be aware of. Kind of hard not to overthink. There may be a scattered energy right now. So that's why it's important to find composure. To find composure. All right. Simplicity is key. Mercury, Jupiter also breeds exaggeration. Okay. So sometimes it's really worth going out of your way to write, to speak, to communicate, to get your ideas outside of your head so you can see a little deeper. How is it that you're thinking? And hey, man, keep it simple. Keep it stupid simple. I think it's funny, Fire Family, that as we go into Libra season this year, Venus is in her fall in Virgo, which sounds like a bad thing. Honestly, it just is what it is. But I think it's funny because we just left Virgo season for Libra. So it's kind of like Virgo part two this month. You could call that Libra. Some freaky ass bug just bumped into my window, man. Said hello. So what does that mean, Fire Family? The freaky bug or the Libra thing? The Venus thing? Set your priorities and be simple. The devil's in the details, but the beauty's in them too, man. Sometimes those asymmetries add distinction. And this Venus Virgo is about growth. It's about healing. It's about getting specific about what you want, Fire Family. But criticism is a key. Oh, to the we. Let me tell you about it. Criticism is a key because this world is really a mirror. Hello, not a window. Hello. So, what I mean by that is that often the things that we criticize about ourself, usually the things we criticize within other people, and vice versa. And I think it's pretty easy to understand what I just said, but let me break it down deeper. The things that you take issue with in people, that usually is something that you have yet to accept within yourself. Okay. So there is sometimes a gap between your standards, your expectations, and the reality of your experience and what you're willing to bring into your life and accept. Someone's dogs are barking, Fire Family. The noise suppression is usually pretty good. I don't know if y'all hear the dogs barking, but somebody's dogs is barking. Shout out to the goddess, the one who deals with the dogs. Hello. Anyway, are y'all breathing okay? Bless your heart, Fire Family. I'm not even kidding. Bless your heart. Go out of your way to bless your heart. People talk about this, and you know what's wild is sometimes it's in the response of someone says something really nice, or even if they're going through something difficult, they're like, "Oh, bless your heart." And I think that's a nice sentiment, but I've been reflecting, spirit of Libra. I've been reflecting and thinking about out of all the times I've said that to other people, I'm like, how frequently am I actually going out of the way to bless my own heart? So I did that today, by the way. Shout out to Joe Dispenza. There's a meditation on YouTube I really think you should listen to. It's called The Blessing of the Energy Centers. And for my simplified magic students, you're probably already familiar with this, but we aim to do this regularly, at least once a month. Even better if you did it once a week. But to take the time to go through that body and bless it with positive energy, to set the intention that we fill ourselves with love and coherence and peace. Train matter to a new mind. That's what I'm seeing with this Virgo Venus energy. It's taking things to a whole new level. All right, anyway, I want to talk about the ingress this week, guys. I want to talk about it. Is that okay? Do you mind if I talk about something on my own show, please? All right, guys, on Monday, we've got Mercury moving from Libra to Scorpio. How cool! How cool is tropical astrology? So, let me say, guys, it looks like we're in for a beautiful Libra week, enjoying the fresh air, the quality time with quality people, and aesthetics. That's the theme this week is life is beautiful. Let me hear you say it in the comments, Fire Family. Life is beautiful. Even when there are freaky ass bugs and dogs barking outside your window, life is that's beautiful in itself. Man, when you look at life with love, Libra Mercury, when you look at life with love, you start to see the beauty in all things. Hello. So, hey, there's a shift, Fire Family. We've got Mercury moving to Scorpio. And while Mercury Libra reflects a more poised and open-minded attitude, Scorpio Mercury doesn't give a F about that. Scorpio Mercury is about intense observations, precise judgment. And you may even find more so leading to next week as we switch from Mercury to Scorpio, you may start judging things the moment you observe them. All right. So at best, Mercury Scorpio gives us a deep insight into our own psychology, but at worst, this shit breeds extreme paranoia and could kind of have a close offishness and maybe a sense of secrecy coloring our communication. Okay. Hello. We've also got Mercury square Pluto at the end of the week. So I will just say, man, especially with Mercury, I think Mercury is the big theme this week, to be honest, guys. Of course, it's a lovely Libra week, but we start with the square from Mercury Jupiter, and then we end with a square to Mercury Pluto. Hello. And what that means is there's not going to be a dull moment in the mind this week, guys. Never a dull moment in the mind this week. 2025, end of September, beginning of October. Hey, do consider doing some magic, some blessings, some powerful energy work as we switch to October, whether it is blowing some cinnamon in your door. I'll tell you how I do this, guys. Some of y'all are pretty aware of what I'm saying, but there's an old folk magic ritual that's really powerful. And all it takes is cinnamon and a coin. And you put the cinnamon in your hand, you put the coin in the cinnamon, you walk outside, and then you open your front door, you look inside of your door, and you just call prosperity in, blow the cinnamon into your door, and then just let the coin fall on your floor mat. And then the next day, you're going to pick up the coin. and then put it somewhere special. I put it in your savings jar if you got one. But I like to say, by the spirit of cinnamon, by the powers of Mercury, and by the spirit of October, I bring blessings, good health, and good fortune into my home this month. Thank you, Spirit, for blessing me. Blessed be. Whew. And that comes from the heart. Make it your own if you want to. You can use that verbatim. Have fun, guys. It's going to be a beautiful month. I'm telling you, it's going to be a beautiful month. Remember, when it comes to all this Mercury energy, guys, it's not what you see, it's how you see it that makes a world of a difference. And the words that come out of your mouth are arguably more important than what goes into your mouth. It is so important to be mindful of what you consume, what you eat, how you drink, how you sleep, how you breathe, but also be very considerate of how you speak. Because there's big changes, guys. We're going through this season transition, and it kind of is asking us all on a very low key level, are you ready for the next level? Are you ready to upgrade? Are you ready to shift? And a lot of times that means letting go of the story of your past, sometimes even reshaping memories that you have. Affirm the life that you want to live, Fire Family. Borrow confidence, borrow posture from your future self. If you have goals or an aspiration or something you wish to attain, that reflects a gap between where you are right now and where you want to go. And there will be some shifts that are required, but the biggest shift required for you to fill the gap is a shift in thinking, how you communicate to yourself. Okay. It's been said, I believe this was an Einstein idea, that a problem can't be solved with the level of thinking that it was created on. So, thinking differently. There's going to be a lot of changes in the mind right now. And I just want you guys to understand that interrupting a pattern, especially when it comes to perception, belief, identity, is very catastrophic. That's that proverbial tower moment. And you just got to be graceful in this time. Okay. As Mercury, with all of its interesting afflictions, kind of goes through a change. The most important thing you can do while you're going through the change, Fire Family, is to breathe. To breathe. We've got a Mars Scorpio week, Fire Family. And it wouldn't be Mars Day without Mark. Or it wouldn't be Mars Day with Mark without Mars either. Yes, sir. So just understand Mars is where the power lies. And it often has a lot to do with our will and our intent. And Scorpio is control. Okay. I think sovereignty means ruling your own kingdom and not trying to rule other people's kingdom. So you'll see with the Mars and Scorpio energy that there is this inner drive to structure your life, to pursue your desires. Freaky ass bugs in the chat. Hello. This Libra season got a lot of people in heat. Blessed be. They say love is in the air, love's in the water, love's in the fire, love is in the earth. Jupiter is in the sign of Cancer. Trust your inner guidance. I think a lot of us are feeling led to explore what security really means to us on all levels. I had an insight that Jupiter Cancer, with this 1 year long transit, it's also calling some of us to change how we live, change where we live, to go travel. The heart might want us to see new places, to experiment with new things. Let me tell you guys, in the last minute, Saturn in Pisces retrograde is going to be here for at least another month. And faith might be being tested right now. So you're going to want to keep your head up and you're going to want to really consistently put in your spiritual work and keep it simple so you don't feel like you're doing extra work just to kind of spin your wheels. Uranus and Gemini is trine Pluto and Aquarius. There are huge shifts going on collectively, guys. I know you can see it if you even just look with your eyes, but that's also playing out personally. So I just want to say to everybody, good luck. Keep up the great work when it comes to the transformation because it's evident. Neptune in Aries is going to say a lot about romanticizing war, guys. So can we please, for the love of the goddess, romanticize peace? Blessed be. I'll see you guys on the other side. Take care.